It keeps snapping every time I say check. 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 I can't tell.
Is that cowbell? That sounds like cowbell. I love cowbell.
I don't know, you're getting one of them errors saying you ain't got enough juice to get this streamer rolling. Not a good sign.
What's this button do?
Don't click. I don't know if that worked or not.
Dang it.
I think I have the crappiest internet or something. Stream might be a little bit jumpy. Internet is being, I don't know what the hell's doing. About to drive me crazy though. Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, as we look at Bitcoin here on the 10-second chart. We try to predict the future from the 10-second because you don't know what's going on next month until you see what's going on the 10-second chart right now. At least that's what the gurus say, and hey, you can't argue with the guru because they'll just block you if you do. Frank, are you here today? Well, folks, it's just you and me today. I'm not even going to wake the monster. Just let him rip over here. We're watching Bitcoin on the 10-second chart. Looks like she got all the way up to $63,644 before doing a complete reversal. U-turn right back to where she started. Coming back to a trend line that we might get a little bit of resistance at somewhere around where we are now, 63,500-ish. And there we go. There is the reversal we were looking at. We called it here. Hey, if you've been paying attention right there, jumped into this just willy-nilly, you would be in the gains too. Be a sheep and don't think for yourself is what we're trying to tell you. Yeah. Just listen to the gurus. You'll be just fine. There we go. Bitcoin's going up for another upshot. Is she going to make it? Is she going to flip this area from resistance into support? We need to see something like this and a few little X's and O's to make us look a little spontaneous. Come over here, back, fake out the quarterback, and then come over to the linebacker. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm just throwing some stuff out there. I used to play piccolo when I was in the, I was in the bandstands. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get the show on the road.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Late Night Crypto with Road Dogg, and I am the idiot stumbling over his own tongue and lips tonight. Glad to have you. I don't know if the internet, it says it's excellent. Let's hope it holds through. Man, I've been fighting with this thing tooth and nail for a while. Kind of missed a stream last night because she was acting up and acting goofy. I got goofy internet. It makes faces at me every time, all the time. I can't read this chart because it's got too much crap on it. You ever have that problem? Can we find a less crappy chart? Here's one. What's this one say? But isn't this one the one we were looking at? Oh, this one is. Might I say that this area down here at 59,897 held very well. Might we also give a shout out to the 200 daily moving average, which, while not touching price, did give it a nice little lift in that direction, maybe blowing some hot air its way, maybe sending good wishes, good cheers, maybe just farting and making it where it doesn't want to hang around the 200 moving average. Let's be honest, that's usually what happens. Anyway, price has now regained the 9 moving average on the daily, man, and that's good. She's above the 9. I'm cool with it. I got nothing bad to say about Bitcoin at this point in the game. Looks like we're getting a nice little turnaround here. Numbers be going up, bags be going up. Earlier today, I did have a membership stream for you guys that remember. I did do the P&L for the month of June, showing my P&L over there. Like, you know, anybody does YouTube and claims to make, you know, have a system or something that makes money or just teaches or just to kind of show that what they're doing is not just bull crap. Just to know that, hey man, drawing lines on the chart is it's a lot different from actually making a number go up on your account. If they're not showing you number go up in their account, they're just having fun drawing lines on the chart. Oh, there's a lot of them out there like that. Well, they try to sell stuff. I'm not even selling anything. I just like crypto, like to hang out here. But anyway, for that little $3 paywall, that's where I figure, well, if I'm going to do anything, this is where I'll do the P&L, the complete P&Ls. And there you go. I will probably do one over here if I ever get into it. I'm not going to get into it, but my trade is up tonight. The one that got massacred, and then we got making a comeback from all get out. I think we're up. Oh, nice. I'm up 350. It was 2,500 basically. Now I'm at 2,857 unrealized. So number go up. I was sad to see a fellow YouTuber just had to get out of his trade setup. He had some kind of beautiful trade setup, I thought. I don't know. I saw one of these guys there with the number went way up, you know, and I saw it something like this. And then I saw price go up just a little bit, and I saw him get out, and I'm like, well, what about all this? I mean, that's where the money's made, right? That's where you get that little ratio that made this trade worth getting in, right? I don't know what happened there. I guess they had a brain fart. Who knows? Maybe they just like... But, maybe. Maybe they need some lessons or something. Maybe they need some mentorship or something. Hey, Joe! Well, some of these YouTubers that need some mentoring. I'm just saying. I'm looking at Bitcoin. She made a higher high, man, so that's good. What we got right now is a good sign. And not to be too unexpected. Don't say, wow, you saw it, you saw it, it was coming. No, I'm just saying that on the weekends they do like to get us in these areas, and then like on Sundays we start seeing it turn around. We're not seeing it turn around from retail so much during the week. We're kind of flat, or during the weekend. But on Sunday, when CME starts coming back into play and the big boys start coming back with their money in the market, we might start seeing a different game plan. So looks like someone want to get early start here on the Sunday night, and we got a little bit of a pump. Now, I'm sure that they will dump us Monday or Tuesday, who knows, but we got something good, meaning that, hey, we got a bottom in. Awesome. A higher low than what we had here means that we might be working on getting a higher high. If we don't, well, we can give it a good old try to get up there, and that gets us up to this area. I got a blue line. I'm going to color it. I think it's a measure move. But also coming up right in our 618 area right here, about 66, 700-ish. I'm going to change that little guy. It's our 618 area. I'll fine tune him here a little bit. I'll have to move him just a notch. But until I see anything different, I'm expecting to at least start moving in that direction. That would be the immediately goal in my mind, where we might get slapped down there, maybe a few places before. But right now, it looks like they got some plans to bring us up. Any place to bring us back down might be about 62.6 back in this little area we just flipped. Kind of retest dip. Ichimoku Cloud kind of likes this idea so far. I'm kind of still keeping my eye over here, but as long as we're touching her and we're in it, well, let's see what we got. Check out the indicators real quick, and I'm going to do this on the daily. And this looks okay for the daily. But you know, we did have our monthly candle close today, and the fair thing is just do a big top down. Do you remember? The monthly was not looking so hot. It did have that little red dot there at June. What was that? May this? Oh, did you move that? Yeah, the very beginning of June. That's when we got our, and it confirms. So it's a confirmed dot. There's still some slowdown here on the monthly, so don't get it twisted. Let's look at the old MACD, a little bit of a lagging indicator, but she's slowing down up here just a little bit. Definitely shows a little bit more on the histogram. So let's not get all excited that we're headed to 88,000 or even to 73,000 just yet. It's just not there. But we've talked about this. If you've been watching my show over the weeks, especially during the weekend, I've been talking about a period. We'd have a couple of weeks where we should go down and sideways. It would be kind of rough, but then it looked like there was a turnaround coming. And I actually think that this week might be it. At 5th, 6th of July, I'm getting some indicators saying that. There's also the Ethereum thing that's going off. That might be a little catalyst that might help us. But July is starting to look like it might be a little bit, but I don't think it's going to be the big turnaround we're looking for to shoot us out of a range. But I'm not seeing those signs just yet. So I'm going to come back down to the weekly now. We kind of just, do we actually look at the candles on the monthly? Here we are on the monthly. We're not to get above 65. 65, 166. And dare not to go below 62.6. If we can stay between, we need to get above that. We need to get above 65. But looksy, man. We got a little trend line forming right here on the monthly. That's where we can expect a little bit of headache. 64.8-ish. And what is when now? Doesn't look too good when you translate it over to the weekly, so that's what I don't. The weekly could still be better, just to be honest with you. So a nice little pullback right now. It may be a little bit premature to get too bullish. We talked about an idea of a bearish retest. Is that what you're picking up on? All right, so what I'm seeing here is the 64.2, this area may come into play. I'm not convinced that we're going to get past that just yet. We got a 21 moving average there on the daily, on this particular time frame. So in my mind, that's going to be a caution area that we might get rejected there. Good chance that we found our bottom here, but it's not just smooth sailing just yet. There'll be a lot of shakiness and everything. So we're not, in my personal opinion, I don't think we're quite ready to go to the moon just yet. But I hope I'm wrong. There's a chance we might get up to around the 66.5 area, and we talked about 66.6 over here in this area. I mean, to me, I think it's going to be a struggle, but it's still possible to kind of work our way up there. Biggest thing, we got a trend line here that we broke out of, so that's good. We're above the 9 on the daily. We just haven't closed a candle above it, but signs are looking good for maybe a short little run this week, but I'd be on the lookout about Wednesday. Maybe even as quick as Tuesday to see if they kind of throw a little wrench in something here. That's just what I'm getting. Let's take a look over at Total 3, where Total 3, our altcoins is just getting nice. Now, we talked about the possibility of what a bearish retest on this one. This is the thing that I was working on and talking about. And I'm on the 4 hour here. I want to check this on my bigger time frame, but I'm looking for a point where we come up and then roll over. And I plan on taking advantage of that and taking some profit. I'm going to look at that idea just a little closer over here. Let's see what Total 3's doing. She's trying to make a comeback, but it's not safe for her to do it yet. I know she's above the 200 daily moving average, but 9 is still below it, the 9 moving average. 21, we need to regain that. We can get above 612 billion and hold it in this area and start, wicking up to some higher highs over here, 620 billion. Maybe something like that. I would feel a bit better. MACD starting to say, hey, I think I might be able to do that for you, road dog. I think we might actually be going somewhere. I hope so. If price can, we'll call it price. If price on Total 3, if this value can go up and bring that 9 moving average back over that 200, I think we'll love that. It's just if it doesn't have enough to do it, then we kind of peter out. We don't want that just yet. So and on the bigger time frame, this is what I'm looking at, more of a bigger move up, and then that's where I'll be looking to take profit. So I'm looking more on the daily time frames, and this could take me, this looks like it could take at least this week. So hopefully we can see some goodness out of altcoins this week. It seems like it wants to do that. I want to look at the 4 hour just to get a little bit better feel for what we got. 4 hours suggests that we might get another 20 billion coming in altcoins, 24, 25 billion coming in. That will make our numbers go up. Like a shoulder, head and shoulder, a wickedy wacky rocky, a retest of his trend line is what I see right here, and then higher highs and higher lows. That's what we want, baby. Well, at least this low is higher than this one anyway. Guys, thanks for hanging out with me tonight. Let's hope we'll get our microphone on. Thank you, Jesus. Give a quick shout out to everybody. I know we got Dave P in the background there. We got Brackus Adventures. We got Joe from Trade Intuition. Hey, we got Richard. KASPA K Richards. Backward K there. How's it going, Richard? Welcome to the stream. Joe said he went out the last few nights, had to get away from the charts. I can understand that feeling. Hey, welcome, Doc. Should I call you Doc or MD? Haha. Glad to have you here. So you don't think he would ever get one, huh? KASPA near all-time high. Life is good. Well, Mr. Miles will probably come in right after we take a look at this, but let's take a look at KASPA. Over on MexC. This our... That's our main one, isn't it? I'm just looking at some other places where I charted this. I'm still looking for that 21.5 cent target, and if you ask me, that's where I'm thinking she's headed, is 21.5. I think this was my most recent one. Sometimes I just like to clear things out. I've got this one on several charts. The other one was prettier than this one. This one looks cluttered. Let us take a look at KASPA. And she was doing this funky little thing where she kind of got away If you ask me, I think this is a very early stage parabolic move. You have to kind of zoom out and look at the bigger picture, and a stage 1, a stage 2, a stage 3. There could be up to 5 stages with a nice blow off top is what we would probably anticipate out of KASPA. In short, we're kind of getting one of these guys. I don't want to keep that on there because when I draw them, I kind of curse the project and then it falls. At least that's what it would do in the bear market when I draw it. I just like KASPA too much to try, so I'm not even going to draw that. We'll just hint at it with this. And then we got this nice little trend line. I'm on the 5-day chart here, by the way, so lots of wiggle room here. Well, this is a good little trend that we're on. And normally I look for a channel in these ideas, but now we're just getting more of a, you know, I know, megaphone. Oh my God, he put out another megaphone pattern here when he does the megaphone pattern. I didn't used to think very much of them before either until I've seen a lot of them play out in this run so far. And suggesting maybe a 23, 24 cent area. Definitely in line there. I want to do a few other little tricks up my sleeve here. Look at this bottom move that we had right before the breakout there. That was that first top. Elliot, did you have anything going on there? Jeez, Elliot. Elliot seems to think that we're in the final and 5th wave and that she's getting ready to come back for a ABC correction. Elliot's saying that we're coming back to 16 or maybe 15 cents. Maybe as long as 14 cents. You can throw tomatoes at Elliot, not at me. I'm turning them off. I know you didn't want to hear that, but you know. Elliot has that way of pissing you off when you don't want to hear what he wants to say, but then sometimes this stuff comes true, so you don't want to just be as, you know. I'm undecided about Mr. Elliot at the moment. We're talking about Elliot wave theory. However, you know, it overlaps with stuff that I do and some other stuff is. I need to get a. So we're in new territory now, so you say. And yes, I will second that emotion. Oh yeah. I'm still sticking with this area about 23.7 cents, and what we got over here at 25.6 cents. 22.2 looks it will more than likely be a very interesting place, but I think that we'll get past 22.2. I want to go ahead and mark that one anyway. Mark it so I can recognize it here. Kind of doing some new analysis here on KASPA. She's got an interesting formation here. That's a nice move. As is, I'm going to stick with that. But she looks like she's doing some good stuff. We'll check her on the smaller time frames here. So I have taken some profit, went on my spot margin position trade on this when she was breaking some of these smaller moves. Remember, I'm following a main trend line here to tell me when I need to think about totally turning my back on KASPA, getting out, or taking, that means taking profit basically. We got a main trend line down here that really means that's my line in the sand, but this one's a secondary one. But there's also these other ones that I follow, and when they break, although I have a tendency to pay myself when they break too. When I get my strategy into effect and we're not in the red and we're in the green and we can follow these trend lines along after we got our position, we're good. Getting stuck on the wrong side of the trade just sucks the whole time. Not be able to take that loss early and trying to say, I'll save it, I'll give it some time. That's what I was struggling with the past month on a few little things there. Still looking for 22 cents, man. Next target up. KASPA hanging around at 19.3. Smaller term time frames, man. Looks like you lost a little level. You're kind of waffling or doing these little levels. So this trend line here will be for short-term trades around at 20 cents. It's going to be a little bit of a headache. Got Quarter Crawler. How's it going, my man? MG Motorsports. How's it going? Glad to have you guys here tonight. Appreciate you all for being here tonight.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
Here's one that I was in. I haven't looked at it in a minute, but it looked like it's up crazy, and I'm not in it anymore. I think it's going to be one of those woulda, coulda, but it was a meme play. Woulda, coulda, shoulda. You know, when you go through, when that little part of your brain says, well, you know, it's a smart thing to do. Just go through and just kill all your slow horses. There's so, I mean, you hear that. That's good. That's the standard advice you get. Cut your losers and go through winners, you know, blah, blah, blah. And then, but don't it seem like every time that you do that, that as soon as the number goes up, it's the same thing that we say about all this stuff, man. I think anytime that you get at a bottom and you start giving into these things, it usually, in some way, it seems to just go against you rather than if you just stand still and say, well, I'm here. Might as well wait until we get on the other flip side of this where we're up instead of down, and then maybe we can decide what to do with these little horns. I want to try that next time. Instead of listening to those little words of wisdom. But, where are you at? Giga Chad. I'm pretty sure this is, how many Giga Chad ones are there? I don't think this is you. Giga Chad. It's Giga. Well, maybe it is this one. I believe it is this one. Over, I think it's the one on Solana, yeah. That's a nice little move. This is on a daily. She's been up all week, or he's been up all week from 0.001 to 0.005. Yeah, it got you 4x, almost 5x in that move. Not for your boy, though. Well, unless I just said missed it. I don't remember. I thought I had this one on the exchange. I think that's why I saw it was on the exchange. Well, there's one. Some of the meme coins are starting to pop off a little bit. It looks like a good day. A lot of green going on in the market, right? ENS is up to $32. Woohoo! WIF is up to $225. MOG has been popping off. I'm not in that one, but everybody else seems to like this one, so we'll take a look at. I've got nothing going on here. MOG. Take a look at the BitGet main. I want to zoom out to a bigger time frame so we can keep things in perspectives. So we're looking at this idea in a channel, and looks like she might have broke out of that channel area. It's a little fuzzy because of whatever happened over here, but considering those levels, it looks like she retested and is ready to move. Yeah, I dare say this one looks pretty strong for this. Now this 100 moving average will be crossing over that 200 moving average on this 4-hour chart at some point. Will that pull things price back? I don't know, but right now she's ready to go. Above the 9 moving average. If I were looking at buying a retest of a trend line, which is a bearish pattern. It shouldn't have done this. Usually we look for a strong move after this confirms, so there might be a big move coming for this. I'm not saying, not guaranteeing, but what I can say that if you have this on the exchange like BitGet, which I don't have, there's a damn good trade setup right here. Because your measured move would be the width of this channel, and these play out pretty darn well, pretty gosh darn accurate. And even then some, it might just blow past that too, but that's a good one to go with. And you put your stop loss just right below the bottom there. And to put this up where price is, don't forget that. Now doing that increases your risk reward ratio because you're buying so high. If it does come down and you can get in, you can decrease your risk reward ratio. Else you'll just have to settle for a higher get out of town price. And if it were me, I would go below that 4-hour candle. That's just what I look at. If I'm doing this on the 4-hour and put my stop loss before that one, I've got a better chance not to be wicked out. Better be down here, but hey man, getting above 10% risk reward ratio, I tend not to like to do that too much. So this one gives us a 5-to-1 from where price currently is, not where I'd mentioned getting in. I would come down to a smaller time frame and look for some kind of failure that is probably going to happen here shortly. Hopefully. Looks like we might have broke a trend line, so we might be able to get it a little bit closer. A little bit. Some support areas make good little dark places to get in, and then that's how I would work it, me personally, trying to do it. If you just got stuff FOMO and you cannot help yourself on a trade setup like this, might I recommend something that up in this here area where you're feeling the FOMO, I got to get in. Maybe you only put in about 2/3. Oh no, it sounds crazy, but listen to this logic though. Listen to this logic. If you're DG and you can't control it and you only put in 2/3, maybe not even that much, and it finally does come back down to where we're supposed to look at it to come in, you know, down here in these areas, well then you could put like maybe, I'm sorry, I said 2/3 up here. I meant to say 1/3. Put in 1/3. And that way you could put 1/3 down here, or you can put in 2/3. If you put in 2/3, it doubles this, and that means it brings your entry down a lot closer than if you just do like equal amounts. There's some things that I've seen. If you weight your lower orders, if they're heavier than your top orders that you get in, if you pyramid them, you get in the profit sooner, and then you win the trade sooner, or get in the safe zones sooner. You get a little bit better of a risk reward ratio in my personal opinion. And if you're in a really, really juicy setup and you look like they're going to come hunting for a stop losses, like they're going to come and bring it down here, wick it down here and take it up, you like, sometimes you can look at one and you know, man, they coming after them. They coming after us. Yeah, they're like, I put orders in there. I put an order in there, because what's going to happen if I put a bigger order in here? And they do that. If they pick it up, great. Or if they pick it up and then ways to go to hell, well, I've still got my entry is weighted toward the bottom, and my risk reward ratio is still small. I can have a stop loss, or I can do it manually. I can get out if I see it's not going in my way. But to me, that's just some stuff I do every once in a while. I'm sure I'm not the only one that's ever thought about doing that. Let's check out another one. I'm actually got some of this and I haven't sold it yet, but it's called Banana Gun and it's up to $51 right now. And I'm just kind of figuring, you know, yeah, I want some good targets to sell. It's not on the 50-minute time frame, and I've been eyeballing this $67 area if we ever make it there. But will we? I'm not thinking we're going to quite get there just anytime, you know, like tomorrow. So 55. There's a little guy right over here is what I'm looking for Banana Gun. 55. Come on, baby, you're 51. Ugh, almost lose it.
Joe says, I love having the investor mindset, buying treat coins like a savings account, only trading leverage, and investing in coins for the long term. Just added ICNX and karate. Cool. Leverage is just for faster ins and outs. It does work that. But now, there is something to be said about the low leverage if you can make yourself do it. If you can make yourself do it. There's a lot to be said about 2 to 3x even on Bitcoin. And I am, since Bitcoin is not quite taken off just yet, I am still very tempted to maybe throw some money in on one of my BitUnix accounts. One that I haven't totally wrecked. Or one that maybe one that I did wreck or something. And doing a lower leverage trade play on the Bitcoin, maybe, I don't know, $500 or $1,000. And for two reasons. One, I want to get a good low entry like that. And, you know, if things go south, man, you got a lot more leeway with 1 to 2x. And think about it, you're getting 2 to 3x the position size that you would normally do with that amount of money. That's what's so important. And then when actually Bitcoin does take off, and that 2 to 3x is actually turns out to be quite a bit. It's just not instant the way that you're hoping on it. So that's one idea that I'm thinking about doing as well. I've got a few other exchanges. I've had some plays that have been in from 47,000 that are still open. If the fees haven't eaten me up, which was weird. I had no more capital left, but I was still up, but the fees were going. You gotta watch that stuff. So, Banana Gun, looking interesting. I feel like I'm in a 70s disco. Definitely now. Apparently, this is the disco night that we just never had here at Rodot. Oh man, I'm getting slow internet. I'm getting them warnings again. Why? Why are you doing this to me? Joe says active leverage trades are KASPA and waves. Joe says, can you do a members only stream to show us about margin instead of leverage and how you do your actually I've been doing that. That's where I've been talking about most of that spot margin stuff that I'm doing over in CoinEx. The last few streams I've done over there, and especially the one today, going over everything that I'm doing, or going over one over there. I'm just waiting for questions from anybody over there. But I've got nothing but good things to say about spot margin trading. It gives you. It just gives you more finesse, gives you more control over what you're doing. My only drawback was that, you know, when I was over on KuCoin, I did it at the right time in the market, but I had to exit KuCoin. So the only drawback is this any kind of exchange issues where you have to get off an exchange for some reason. That really throws a real freaking wrench into this process. So things like that. I like the idea of doing it and pulling my coins out and putting them onto the wallet as soon as I can. But I like to use the spot margin to actually build positions and build those bags of coins. Especially when we're on the lows, and then when we come up, it's like I grow my bag 2 or 3 times faster. So I've been doing that with KASPA. I've been doing it with a lot of coins over on CoinEx actually. When you do them, need time so I can reserve a time element to see what you do. Well, I mean, I know I do them. I do stream my member only streams, but they should be over there for everybody to watch, right? When I talk about it, I mean, you're trying to understand the concept or something. Because I know it sounds complicated, but it's really not. It's just that you have, maybe I can explain briefly real quick. You have collateral, so let's say if you have $500, right? And let's see, Bitcoin is a 10x coin. That's one of the biggest ones. Most of the altcoins are 2 to 3x, or you might find one, a bigger altcoin that's maybe got a 5x. I think Solana might have a 5x, but Bitcoin's got a 10x. So if I put $500 over there, I could put it over there in Bitcoin, or I could put it over there in stablecoin, right? But I get to borrow up to $5,000 off of that. Okay, that's good to know. I probably won't do that. I will probably at the most borrow 1,000, maybe just 500 what I put in. But I could safely have about $1,500 to trade with. And if I catch when Bitcoin is down and I can pyramid in at this bottom, pick up what I can, and we're on a swing, I just built a much bigger position. And I've still got a lot, you know, I've only borrowed $1,000. Even using my 500, if you want to look at it that way, you still have it there. And then as it goes up, I can even borrow more. Now suddenly my account, oh, sure, if I need to be, you know, this will gradually increase and everything. You know, this could go up to 10,000 pretty darn quick. Don't ever want to do it. Now I've got a rule, I might borrow 5% or something like that. Maybe not even that. I might just borrow 250 and just throw in there. Buy on the dips and all the dips. And if we have a big pullback, it's doubtful if I got in on the bottoms. That's why I say you need to open these on the bottoms and build them slowly. Doubtful that I would come back here. And if we did, I should have a lot of room where I could handle another low. And when I've got some capital, I can borrow or use the capital I've got and buy at lows if we get lower. I'll just make it that much juicier. When we come back into profit sooner. Same thing that you would do anything else. It just gives you more leeway. Now here's something that's kind of interesting. If you got $500 worth of Bitcoin, I want to borrow $100. I can take this over to the spot and use it on spot. I don't have to use it on spot margin. I can buy a different coin, $100 worth of bid, bring it back over here. I buy $100 worth of KASPA, bring it back over here. Well, now I've got $100 worth of KASPA that I can, I think it's up to, I think it's 3x. Well, I can borrow another $100 off that KASPA. So now I got my $100 worth of KASPA in coin and also $100 worth of Tether that I can layer it on a KASPA position, right? And get this one built up. Just where I borrowed all of Bitcoin. And I can still, you know, got this trade. It's you got so many more options available to you with that. And when you do take profit, you pay back a little of what you borrowed. And that keeps everything in check. Keeps your risk to reward, or keeps your risk levels down when you keep the amount that you borrowed in check. You keep it low. It's definitely worth checking out, and I know it may still sound confusing, but it's worth looking at too. MD says, what do you think about Yoto? Let's take a look at Yoto. I got nothing for Yoto. I have heard of that, so I know it's real. Yotoshi. That's what I'm thinking about, Yotoshi. I think I've got it. I mean, it's small. It may have been bigger. I think I still got it. I may have cleaned it out. If it's pumping, then that's probably I just sold it. I don't know nothing about this other than it's one of the meme coins as far as I know on Solana. So meme coins, they're here temporarily. And it looks like we're in a channel right now. Just need to get a breakout, a confirmed breakout besides these wicks up there. Nice. It looks like it's making a higher low. And you could look at it. You could take a measurement from that. Basically, it'd be coming back up to these top areas about 87.49. We're at 4,000 right now, so that'd be a 2x. But if you get a breakout, you could look at possibly coming, and then would match up with these other areas over here. So I would just go ahead and look at those two areas right there. About 86 with 5 zeros, and then we got drops down to 4 zeros, decimal 4 zeros, and 1373. So I think when she gets moving, she can do good. That's 100% gains, up to 240% gains. And it looks like she's finally starting to maybe start to want to get back up and retest those areas. Look like that's what I think. Looks like she's getting ready to try. How about layer 0? And I got this slow ass. I want to try this thing real quick. I may freeze for just a second. Bear with me. I think we're back. I don't know. Oh, here we are, layer 0. Whoa, I thought you were older than a few days. Let me get another. Layer 0 MexC. I thought this coin had been out longer than this. Or this might have been one of the chains that just now was anticipated but just now came out with a coin or something. I really don't know. I've heard of this one for a while. 392 looks good for where she wants to go. And a possibility of 433 as a second target there. It's the two best ones we can probably shoot for where it's at. Your hopeful target would be about 633. But that can take her several up and downs to get up to that one. So it's on the daily chart and we've just got a nice rounded shape. So yeah, it looks to me like I would be looking about 390, 392 for some probably some serious rejection, and then we'll pull back to this area is about just a little over 3, about 309, 310. We would pull a fib after it gets up there and kind of tighten it up and everything. But just the fact that we got this accumulation zone, it's always, I always like to mark those anyway. And that would be our 618 when we come back. Yes, I like that idea a lot. So I think she could go 392 and then come back to around the little over $3 area. That's just could happen. It's on the 4 hour and that can take all week to happen. Or longer. Let's take a look at a few of the meme coins like Popcat. Popcat's up to 68 cents right now. She's been on a nice little tear since she was down at 25 cents. And if you had played the meme coins, well then, I don't know if you would have picked Popcat or not. Is this a bump and run pattern? It doesn't matter. We just kind of look back where we came from. This kind of trend line we had here, it was continually retested. Kind of drag that this way. Tighten her up a little bit. And shoot, I kind of liked it better this way. She may be headed to 75.5 cents there. To break out from this channel here, widening, broadening pattern, or that's how I'm interpreting. So I can see 75 cents coming for Popcat. That might be cool. She should start getting rejected somewhere around here. We did this one, but then we decided to keep on going. That was a nice retest of that, and then she decided to keep on going, and sometimes you will see that. That's a bullish sign. Now we got it again for this one. Might she come down and just keep on going? Maybe, so we'll just draw our little new trend line here and see if that helps, and it may define a channel for us. It looks like it does. So we may have actually established the channel we'll be in for a little while. Makes 88 cents not seem so crazy. Makes this one right here, 83, not seem so crazy either. So Popcat looking interesting. She's ready to go, and Market Cyphers gave her the green dot on the 4 hour several candles ago. Joe says stream is good now. I'm getting where it's backing out. I can't figure out what's going on. I don't know if it's the router, if it's just, you know, local internet, because I hear they're having some troubles, different, or if it's my adapters. I don't know, but I'm having problems everywhere. Have it with my phone too, except when I go out and actually use the 4G out when I'm in town and stuff, and everything works fine. So I don't know if it's equipment or just crappy service. So happy to be in this space. So happy I found you, Road Dog, and it's funny that we were both in that group. Yeah, that is wild. But I remember being in that group. I was like, dude, I gotta reach out to this dude. His charts are awesome. So I sent you like a little message, like, dude, your charts are so awesome, man. They always look perfect. And then I think there was one where there's a notice about where you were leaving that group or something, and we started chatting a little bit there. Yeah. I'm glad to see you on YouTube and doing your thing, Joe. Joe says always having the student mindset helps with remaining humble. I agree. I thought I was a master trader last bull run, but I had so much to learn. Man, talk about being humble. That when that market changes, that will humble you quickly. It will humble a lot of YouTubers, I think, this time too, because the same strategies that you're using when you're going up, I mean, they're not going to work for you when you're coming down. And if you're trying to short the market, if you're not used to that, that's one of the scary. It's like starting all over, man. Your emotions will be, I swear, with the first shorts I was taking, it was just like I was taking my first trades. My heart was beating. I'm all shaking. I can barely do the trades. And I'm like, might as well to be a pro trader. That's what they say we are now, because we know how to chart. Yeah. And so it's going to be interesting to see some of the people that are still doing the 3S coins, because you'll see that thing. Because that was what the group that I was in when Joe's talking about is also the one a very popular YouTuber was in, and they did not teach leverage trading or shorting there. They talked about the 3S coins or 3L coins, the short tokens or whatever, the exchange tokens, which I never had any luck with those, and they changed the value of them overnight. They resets or something. It just seems like a big no. But the thing about, you know, I mean, you can flip your charts upside down. It's great if you're learning this and using that to help you understand it. But at some point, you shouldn't have to flip your charts upside down. And so when I see the pro traders flipping their charts upside down or to draw a Fibonacci because they don't know how to do it the proper way, it just kind of makes you think. It just does. But so I was fortunate that I got my I got my butt kicked plenty of times learning how to short, so I'm not as nervous about that. But I'm not going to short right now in this market because that would put me on the wrong side of the trades, and it's never fun to be on the wrong side. But it's interesting to think about how these millionaire traders long their way during a bear market to millions of dollars, but yet can't show you how they did it. Can't show you how they did it. I guess all that trading group money just goes to charity or something. ICP's down at $8.28. Interesting pattern here. I would not call this an inverted head and shoulders because I don't have a good solid neckline, and I'm picky about a neckline. Could you make up some kind of story to tell yourself that, well, maybe it's got a little bitty gimp shoulder over here and a head, maybe, and you might get the, but how about this? Why don't we just kind of go with touches and maybe some more touches? And look, it's in a channel, and that's so much easier to deal with and trying to figure out, well, this one's a complex head and shoulder, well, here's a this and what's on. And let's just do that. And it says, hey man, we might actually go to 888, and that's a cool number. And if you look over to the left and see, hey man, there's a little something over here, it says, wow, that would be a nice place to get shot down at. Shot down as in rejected. Not as in shot down, murdered, and killed YouTube. Oh, did he say that out loud? Darn it, no wonder this channel can't grow. What would ever give people those ideas? So Polka Dots looked like she was having a decent day today. And she got down to $6. Now she's at $6.20 something. A lot better over here, making higher highs and higher lows. I know I want to call it a cup and handle, but why don't we just call it, hey man, she's making a series of higher highs and higher lows, because that's what she really is. I'm just saying. I've never learned to look at a cup and handle as a reversal pattern. I just never have. I've seen them as continuation patterns. But for reversal patterns, they're not so great on that. There's some other ideas that you could look at if you just zoom out, which is what I kind of preach. I mean, like, okay, you got a pattern on something, why don't we just zoom out a little bit and on the time frame and even shrink it up just a little bit, and then let's start looking for a pattern, because that's the one that's really going to count if you're trying to do a pattern trading, right? I mean, it was this one here that gave you an idea that you could go all the way where you went. If you took that little measure move, she would kind of say, hey man, we might be coming down to this area somewhere-ish. Okay. But for some reason, it seems like some people get into the trade, or they get so caught up on the smaller time frames, and then they're like, well, it's kind of what is well, this is an inverted head and shoulder, and this one is a flat, and I'm like, well, dude, what about where is that we're supposed to go? Why don't we just let it do what it's supposed to do, man? That's why we're pattern traders, so it can give us an idea. We don't have to chase it down and figure out everything it's going to do on a 10-second time frame or anything. To just kind of chill back and look at where we've been. You know, this setup you gave a couple of weeks ago or something. I don't know. Just me talking. But now we got a trend line here. A lot of different patterns. It could be, but you got a trend line. That's the biggest thing I'm looking for, is these trend lines, baby. You break them, that's a good. You start going up. And if you wanted to look at this one as a pattern, let's turn this other guy off a little bit. See that we got the ghost in the house, turning my lights off again. Oh, that's not what I'm looking for. But if we follow the shape of this one here, that's one of those bullish megaphones. That's one of them opening, broadening wedges. This descending, opening, when they point down like this, that's good. It's good. This one actually has a 70% chance to break to the upside. For real. I'm not just making that up. That's actually Thomas Bukowski's stats on this. I will stand by that. We don't just throw out the ones that don't know anything. They keep saying the same statistic over and over. Well, 68% it can go up. It can break to the upside. Well, if it prompts it, it's got a 68% chance it can come down here. It's also got a 68% chance it can come up here. Somebody did not do their homework, or somebody should not be calling themselves a pattern trader, I don't think, in my personal opinion. A pro one, anyway. I don't see... I don't see how you can say that and be okay with it. Say a statistic that you know is not true and be okay with it. I don't see how that can, you know, and call yourself an educator. I just don't see how you can throw things out there that you know are not true. Just say you don't know, or just don't say it at all. Don't even mention it. How about that? There's some ideas. So 677 might be coming into play, and also this guy up here at 776. Woohoo! I like that for you. Dot, let's do it, man. I'm not saying it's going to be an easy thing, but she's got a chance. If you wanted to measure move from this guy, I like to go for a bottom touch, straight up, like usually the last touch. This is a little bit different from Bukowski. He makes it just a little bit more complicated, but that's one way. There's another little cheater way that you can do from, you know, a smaller, more conservative move from up here. If you look for the distance of the moves from a top to a bottom like that, or from one touch going straight up, it's usually good. You got a ratio for a move is really what you're doing. The patterns just tell a story. It's just about price compression and what's happening with price. Let's tell a story. That's all it is. Like when the price is squeezed in a triangle, it's like squeezing a little zit. Eventually it's going to pop one way or the other, right? That's all patterns do. And if you zoom out, you can see that squeeze and what's going on a lot better than if you kind of always looking for all the patterns on the little bitty time frames. Just throwing out my 2 cents worth. It says about 749 might be a measured move area. Will you do that, Dot? Will you go to 742? 750? Sounds like a good, nice number for you, Dot. Hey, we got Celinda. How's it going, Celinda? Can we take a look at Jam? Yeah, let's take a look at Jam. Geo Jam, right? Oh, she's just still hanging down here, right? Okay, I'm gonna zoom out. I'm on the weekly. Oh, this is Jam against ETH, though. Make sure I get the right one. Here, this is against Tether here. Looks like the day may have got a green candle today. This is interesting that... Oh, wow. So 50 moving average tanked over the 200 moving average, and that was supposed to be the death cross, but instead it got the biggest pump that it's had in forever. That's crazy, isn't it? And then of course it dumps below the 200, but yet the 50 is still above the 200, meaning that's a buy signal. Interesting. Oh, did you go meet did you bust through our targets? Did we nail it? Since I've got these, I'm considering that I nailed it. I didn't nail that. You suck, Road Dog. I don't care. I'm taking credit for this one and that one. We'll hide this one. Look, we don't see that. Look, nailed it. Makes you want to join my paid trading group, don't you? Doesn't join my. I don't have a paid trading group, but if I had one, you'd want to join it, wouldn't you? Wouldn't you? Wouldn't you? Just say it. Please let us join your non-existent paid trading group. I am starting one for my OnlyFans supporters, and I will be showing my feet pictures with my charts. That's only $5,995 a month. Exclusive VIP serious takers only. You know, every once in a while a booby picture might make its way in there. You get the drift. All right, yeah. Yeah. My real supporters there, yeah. So there's some kind of MAGA hat coin going on. I figured I'll take a look at it. MAGA hat. I don't. It's guessing it's got to be the Sol one. I'm running with the Sol one. It looks like the safest one. Trump with MAGA hat. This, I would say, this reminds me of back in the early crypto days when we were forking off of Bitcoin, copying code, maybe copying Litecoin, and especially after Litecoin. And you just had all these little copy coins that did, they say they did this, but really they were just your basic payment coin, just like Litecoin. Or they were doing this or this and that, and they were all. It's kind of like the early stage of meme coins. And actually, that's what Dogecoin was, is a fork off of Litecoin. But my gosh, we are just saturated right now. And so those coins eventually died then, and seems like these meme coins would die quicker. But hey, they're not dead yet. Until they die, they can make money, just like the other coins made people money back in those days. The smartest people ever were heavily in Bitcoin. Clearly, we can see that in hindsight, can't we? I know I do. All right, so she seems to be hanging out, or he seems to be hanging out at 6093. It's a decimal 4 zeros to 6093. On the daily. I don't see anything exciting going on, or there's just holding levels. Other than maybe here on the smaller time frame, she's making a few little. Going up okay, she went up a little bit here on the 5 minute. I wasn't trying to go that far. She's getting some attention over here on Tokenmetrics, MAGA Hat, Nemo Sum, Notcoin, and PayPay are all, they're on the hot target list over here. Most trending, so if you see people talking about them, that's probably why. And these are the hot trader coins that people will be. And most of these I am not even familiar with. Wuffy? Non-playable something NPC. Mogcoin, we looked at that one. Popcat, looked at that one. That one's up 18% today. Nice. GigaChad, up 5% now. KASPA's up there. 19.1, 19.2. I distinctly remember calling out 19.2, and I'm trying to find that on the chart so I could say, nailed it! But I can't find that chart anymore. TARS Protocol, TAI. Hey, man. Sam, that was one of your picks, wasn't it? Sam, I'm going to start calling you a gem picker because it seems like you got a little knack for picking the gems. That is a gift, in my personal opinion. And here goes my internet again. We're playing musical internet. Oh, that's interesting. So TARS Protocol, man. I was looking at this idea because I saw this as being a support resistance idea. I think that's going to be more true than not. That looks more what we're dealing with. The other one I had would have us in a weird position here. So with TARS, I don't know anything about it, but it looks like we're in a channel like this. Ooh, nice little deep house retracement there. $618. Well, nice. Another 618. Wouldn't you say when you go to swing low to swing high? Tell me what I do so bad. Would it not be at the 618? It might be. Might find the price a little cheaper. TARS looks like she's trying to form maybe another channel here. If you want to look at it that way, you also got this little guy going on. So let me take these channel ideas, put them on the back burner, because really, I mean, it's valid, but you also got this little channel going on. That's kind of really identifies more what we're doing now with higher highs and higher lows. So let's go with this idea. Don't want to break this line. If it does break that line, then it sucks. That we'll be coming down to 7.8. But if you hold that line, it might be coming up to 25-ish. You moved it. Move it back. Now, over bottom. TARS Protocol. Did we freeze? I've been freezing. I'm tired of my internet doing this, man. It's pissing me off. Joe says I would only join your paid group. if the grifter is there, because he motivates me to join and add to my membership. You ever listen to what they say and like, anybody can learn TA, but it's going to take you years of study under their mentorship to get where you're really profitable. A good 4 years or so. Yeah. Woo! Well, I'm not sure if I'm following on that. I think I missed something there. Or maybe I'm late. Lost connection for a few seconds, having the same thing happen to me. All my settings are the same. YouTube is good one day. Sometimes I think it's the VPN, sometimes I don't know, man. I don't like all these problems. I don't like all those technical problems. It only freezes for 1 to 2, but it shouldn't freeze at all. It just annoys me. Bome, or Bome, if you can't book a meme. That one looked like it was trying to do something recently, right? Alright, I see ya. You got above that level. That's good, needed that. That was the first one. This is a weak-ass trend line on this time frame. What's up with you? I'm gonna put you right up here where you belong. No. I'm gonna scoot you down here. I'm gonna respect these over this one. Oh well. So now we kind of got the same deal. We got to get above this little guy. A penny. That would be cool if we can get above this trend line. That would be good. I would expect a good chance for a strong move. I don't know how far. Maybe up here. Maybe just this red line. But generally, you know, a good old bad trap. But now we got to actually include this, and it kind of makes more of a straight line. So, got that idea now. So, any rejections there kind of bring us back to these areas where we've been before. I don't know what this line is there for, or this line is there for. Why are you there for? Why for are you there? Boom. I'm gonna leave them there. So if something happens, I was like, look, I called it. I don't know what it is. What are you? I so need more better notes. Well, look at these bigger ideas if we zoom out and don't get all caught up in everything. Is there still something going on? Maybe there's something there. Touches there, touches there, touches there. Shows you some nice areas of potential resistance. Kind of makes this little area come a little bit more into play there at 1.2 cents in my. I like zooming out. I think if you zoom out, it helps you be more accurate. I just think that. I think a lot of things too. Joe says, Road Dogg, did you see him today? He would not give out a free link about minting cash. He said you have to join my pay group to get a link. What a jerk. Oh, he wouldn't do it at all? Wow. He's a millionaire. Only wants more money when people are trying to make money. Well, let's look at what he's done right. Let's look at what he's done right, because this is the true secret, right? You have to have a source of you want multiple sources of incomes, right? So that's the big thing. So I can't even spell. Multi-income. So first there was YouTube. I'm just going to do this. You suck at drawing. Actually, I'm an artist, but I thought I was a tattoo artist. For reals. YouTube. You got affiliates. And those affiliates One of them, I mean, have you ever noticed this, that Bookmap is his whole strategy? Let's see what Bookmap says, then all of a sudden his measure moves usually go magically up to those same numbers. I'm just saying, that's usually, triangles be damned. It seems Bookmap targets went out over any kind of measure move or anything. I'm just saying. Because a measure move goes here, and then all of a sudden, woo, it goes up here to the Bookmap target. I'm just throwing that out there. So maybe Bookmap is this secret. So affiliate links would be exchanges, MexC and all that, which I assume they must, if you get a lot of people going and stuff like that, especially if you got a big channel like that, I assume that can be kind of lucrative. I don't know. And then you got the biggest, which is the group. And there's classes. So you got a group, you got classes, and then see the group that Joe and I used to be in. It was, and I think this is right before I joined it the second time, right before I started my channel. They split and they started adding a leverage section, and instead of adding it to the main group and making the main group bigger and more awesome, which I thought is what they were going to do, I was like, oh, awesome! You're gonna nail it with this group. They did two separate things, so there were two different fees. But anyway, at the same time that happened, well, this other person decided to have a they got a leverage section now that you have to join the group to have access to pay extra to get to a leverage class on things that he doesn't use himself, which is interesting. That it's not worthwhile for him to learn and use to actually put into play. Okay, well, don't have to, but just interesting. So you got extra, I mean, but you got all these different sources of income that would come in, but which would definitely add up to all the money that he would be worth now. But what you don't see is those trades that turn like 10,000 into 100,000 or whatever, the big, and how it was planned out and this and that. All you see is somebody getting money that's coming in every month from a source and just DCAing, throwing it in willy-nilly on the projects. A lot of times it's willy-nilly. There might be some that are planned, but a lot of times you'll see them just go to the stream. Well, I'm going to just throw 500 into this, and you're looking at the chart, and I'm like, well, the chart doesn't say it's a great time. Why are you doing that? Are you setting a good example? Are you talking about it? You're just saying, is it so you can come back and 6 months from now just to say, oh look, and we've been in since here? Probably, and I don't know. Good old YouTube. Did we go off on a tangent on? It's so easy to get me off on that tangent. Tau. Let's take a look at Tau. BitTensor Tau. So I've got a bag. I've been in this one for a while, and man, she's back cheap, and I'm probably a break even around this price after what I've put in from when I first got in and didn't get enough and added as she went up. I think I know I got to be somewhere around 250 of my average, or maybe even 280 now. So I'm probably at break even on this one. I do have this one staking, and I like to check it in a while. I don't know how well it may not even show me anything now with my internet access. I guess we're skipping in and out now. I'm blaming it on the song. It was the song's fault. Hey, look on Tau, man, you got the green dot on Market Cipher saying, hey, numbers should go up. Let's hope. I like the green dots. I don't have anything against them. Sometimes they're awesome, and sometimes they're kind of, is that it? Huh. I'm always happy to see them. I'll put it that way. Ichimoku Cloud says, baby, I might rock your world back up to 360. I say, go to it, Ichimoku. This trend line ain't helping me out any, so I'm gonna get rid of it. The main thing is the big red ones we got there. That's where we're a real channel. All this other stuff is just. You break across that line, that would be a great red rover. Like, Johnny, come over. Come on, baby. Go to 317. This little area over here, Well, that's getting into about the 380, 360 area we're looking at. Might be a little rough patch, but come on, Tao. So you get back up to $500, $600, $700. Yeah, baby. Through it. Make daddy happy. Are we doing it again? Oh, man. I don't know why. I don't. The book map is really resistance levels, resistance zones. I just go over at the... Usually your exchange will give you that option to you'll see price, and then it'll show you the volume. You can kind of see it over here, but usually, can you do it over here? I forgot what you call it. But it's kind of like the same thing as looking where all the volume is, but your exchanges usually have that. I can't show it over here on big Unix because I'm not familiar enough with it. Gosh darn it! Try to give an example and can't do it. They usually always have that. Oh well. Oh look, I'm up a whole $1 over here on my $28 account over on Big Unix that I got stupid with and lost a lot. You get what you deserve when you get stupid and go against rules. The only thing funner than is taking a small account and turning it into something bigger. I find that actually quite satisfying. Take $100 and double it, triple it, or better. The challenge is keeping it. Doubling it, that can happen kind of quick sometimes if you get in the right setups. But keeping it through all the chop, yeah, that's been the real hard part. So it looks like we're back a little bit. All right. So are you guys having problems with your own internet at home and stuff like that, or am I just being targeted here by the internet conspiracy? Trying to be a great, trusting everybody that I love, that was my mistake. Turn me cold-hearted to a savage. If you fuck me over, I ain't giving out passes. Doing big shit, we ain't doing nothing average. Hotter in the summer if you ask. Take a look at INJ real quick. Still about $23. Interesting. Is it a good time to get in this one? If you got an investor mindset, I would say it's a good time to nibble. You're looking for a trade, there might be something to come up a few dollars, but I mean, we're not really set up for a... I don't see the great move. I see a slow accumulation going on, personally. That was a nice higher high, but then you came down and did a lower low than what you had here. Not lower than here, that's good. So I think there'd be plenty of chances to kind of nibble on INJ for a little while. FET Fetch AI. Still in a channel there. Kind of finding a little bit of a sideways range here. Thorla. Below the 200 moving average. Looks like she's trying to level out a little bit here. Oh, did you make a lower low? Wow. Well, look for a bearish retest then. Might happen. Big glad to get this merger complete so I can figure out what's going on. Glad to see that Time finally decided to get out of the $20 area. Thank you for not being a $20 bill any longer, Time. Look like it got as high as $26 and just did that for the last few hours here. We talked about this one. Yes, if you had been in my paid footsie trading group, you could have caught me digging toe jam between my big toes and talking about Time. I kid. So nice you got past this area, man. Flip that. Woo! I like that. Could this be a diamond pattern on the bottom? Does it matter? We got a reversal. Oh, why can't we? Let's just move forward. But yes, I'd always look to the... Shh. Let's just be glad we're not at $20. Come on, baby. Let's go back to 29. 28. Come on. Break that trend line. Hit $60. Come on, time. I need to see you do something. I like this guy, which is kind of doing something that looks kind of similar, like time. This is DVPN Centennial. They do a VPN that you actually use on Android, and I've used it on my computer and stuff, but this one can do some serious multiples. Well, if you're looking for a little small play, just as a deep in play, check this one out, because she's had some pretty cool levels that she might be bouncing from here before too long, and that could do some multiples. Like, you know, it's like 2.5x. When I ended up getting like a 6x out of this thing, it just went crazy. Just one that I looked at. Arkham is still hanging around under $2. That might be another one to put on your radar. I kind of like this one. I've been in it for a while now. Moonbagged it and then bought some higher and trying to see if I can moonbag it. Haven't got to that price to do that just yet. Not liking what I'm seeing here though. If I follow that trend line, that looks like we got... Well, it's very symmetrical, and I don't like symmetrical triangles. Now she might come back down to this area. About $1.22, you thinking about it? Stochastics are kind of topped out, meaning they might roll over soon and push us down there. Could happen. Did we break another trend line? Yeah, we broke that one right there on the 4 hours. So we'll look for maybe a bearish retest and see how close we get to 150 there. Justin Crypto said KASPA about to break 20 cents. Oh, I just saw it and it was like at 18 something. Did she? 18.9. Yeah, I'm looking forward to try to get up there though. I'm looking at I think about 22. Is this the same chart we were on? I think it is, right? Yeah, I can see her. I can see her still doing good. I think they postponed the swaps or whatever. The exchange, was it the DEX or something? The smart contracts. Didn't they postpone it for about another week or something? I heard that from one source. I don't know if it's true or not. Slinda says time ripped it out. No, that looked awesome. I didn't even know until I just decided to look at it right there. That's cool. I do have time, and I'm glad they ripped because I don't like it staying at $20. True is in a good buy zone, says Linda. Take a look at it. It'll be TrueFi. I don't have any of this one. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I would agree. She's still in her accumulation zone, so yeah. Might go down to just right under a dime. Might. Doesn't have to, but might. She's below the 9 moving average here on the daily, so might still have some downside. I'm getting a little something here with some candle bodies. Oh, when I redrew at that time, it actually, well, might you bounce here? Line up my trend lines a little bit here, see what we got. Looks like it lines up pretty good, nice. I got it right there and right here. Wick through there, but it's respecting it here. So So we'll keep this as a backup. If you can catch a bounce here, that would be good. A little bit of a curve in there, so it's not out of the question. But needs to get over that 9-moving average. So 4 hours. There goes my internet. So 4 hours suggested. She's trying. So the 50s one we gotta get over here. Stochastics are kind of at the top. Ooh. She's a trying. Keep her fingers crossed. I don't know if she's going to pull it off. It's just trying. It isn't a downward pattern though, so you got that going to your. I mean, it should have a 70% chance actually to kind of get up. Let's hope so. See if we'll respect this trend line. Else, I'm looking down here. But bouncing here, that would be good. That could probably get us. Now these other areas we're at 7.20 cents pretty quick. Or 17 probably quick. Zilliqa, man, I haven't looked at that one in a minute. I've got some of this one. She's been staking forever. She's about the same place almost. She came back down almost where I started collecting her at. What's up, Zilliqa? Oh my gosh, for real, for real? Because I had her staking, so I did not take profits at 4 cents. I may do it this next time though, because I don't know if I got patience for Zilliqa this time. I rode her last time, the last cycle, and she did good. But she's still basically in this big ass accumulation zone. Ooh, that's nice. So 2.2 cents, need to get past that. That would be the next target I look at. And then back up at the 4 cents, 4.5 cent area. That's going to be the place that she really needs to start working on. I don't know if she'll get past it the next time. Looks like she's got a good chance. Looks like she's on a little trajectory there to try to do it. Especially if you go to wicks. She might be working on something to do that. That'd be a nice little move to catch just on a kind of swing trade. About 170%. Stochastics are down at the bottom and starting to point to the upside, and things are starting to look like they're wanting to go up, so that's good. Haven't yet put a green dot here on Market Cipher. I'm on the 5-day too. That's a big time frame to get that green dot. That should be a nice move. Should be. Looks like it might have some nice signs. Yeah, I'm liking that. I like the stochastics being down and going up. I mean, she's got some room to run. Cool. Good. You need to do something, Zilliqa. I would say kind of remember some of these trend lines that I had before for rejection. 111. I like 111s. Guys, thanks for hanging out with me. I'll be back again tomorrow, and we'll take a look at the market on the Monday. Don't know how crazy my day is going to be or what the internet will be like, but I will try to do some kind of maybe an afternoon or an earlier stream just to look at the market as we're taking off tomorrow, getting started in the week. But right now, Bitcoin. One last look at Bitcoin. 63,000. Nice little turnaround. I mean, there were lots of calls to go lower. There were lots of calls for everything, everywhere. But coming down here and making this higher low, that was a nice sign that this might stick, especially after you kind of broke this area. That was the big area to look for. That 618. We had it here, and it kept getting rejected, and we were mentioning, got to get above it, got to get above it. Now we are. Looks like we're finally getting. I would consider this a potential reversal. Looks like it's starting to confirm here. So we might start seeing a little up on Bitcoin for a little while. Altcoins too. And again, we went over that with total 3 when I kind of put my little synopsis about my ideas, planning to take profits when we start getting back up to these higher areas with some of my altcoins. Just in anticipation that we might be rolling back over on a bigger time. Well, I have to zoom out. It looks like it makes more sense that way. I just think that if we get a retest of these areas, which could be coming, yeah, I'm going to pay myself a little bit more because, hey, it's summer and I need some money. I want to pay myself. Pull out some of that capital. Guys, thanks for hanging out with me. See you tomorrow. Trade wisely. Make that money. Leave some questions and comments. If there's anything you want me to talk about on my membership streams, leave them in the comments on the video, or anything you'd like to see me talk about more here. So give me some feedback, and we'll start doing some of that stuff. Otherwise, I want to keep doing the same thing. Good night, everybody. Take care. God bless.
Come on, come here, boy. Come on. You freaky dog.
Hey, Sean. What? Hey, come here, Sean. All right. You want me to test the microphone again? Ow! What you slap me for? What you slap me for, well, it's for the rating, Sean. Oh, damn! Oh, I think Lifer's calling you. Oh, all right. Hurry.
Sharing secrets, you was really was about your life. Basic bullets, with no bullets. Does your wife know you're begging for my notice? Promise you're the same.
Cause I started doing news. I saw that on my thing went out. Layer GG doesn't do the news on the weekends, so that's why I didn't cover it. But I do try, but I forget so often. So I do appreciate the reminders, though. It is just not out there tonight. Good night, everybody.